We're back from our trip. It's time to put in the second seat. We want to be able to have a passenger, and we found a seat that will actually fit 2 people, but we need to install it. You can see I moved the flooring out of the way. This is actually a Ford van seat. This is a Ram 2500 ProMaster, however. So we're gonna do some finagling. There's one spot, but I have to dodge the support beam underneath the van. But right now I have rails that are clicked into the bottom of the seat. I have marked the holes where I will need to drill. I'm going to remove those rails and lay them out, and we're gonna drill some pilot holes, and we're gonna have to move stuff around underneath to get in and attach it. I'm gonna say should be easy, but that's a lie.
That is a lie.
I'm not gonna say it should be easy.
That's a lie.
But we're gonna get this done. I drew a square there to match that square. Then I have a little dot here and a line in the middle. So this one go there. Oh, so I have 2 options. I can go there, or I can go there. Now I gotta find them on the bottom.
Yep, easy peasy. Don't hit the muffler.
Okay, so we're under the vehicle here. This is the heat shield. And I've kind of pulled this out of the way, and I'm gonna look back in there and see if I can see. And I'm gonna need another hand.
It's actually amazing how thin that is.
That is why the washer in this situation is so important.
So important.
Because if you get in a wreck, that sheet metal, it's just gonna rip right out. So we've got to have a hefty washer to distribute that load over a big surface area of sheet metal. There were some guys online. They built a nifty contraption that was a surface area to bolt to, but then wrapped around the frame. So in a wreck, that whole system would be pulling on the frame itself.
Frame of the vehicle.
I'm not in the location, nor do I have the tools nor skill
To do that.
to pull that off. But I think with reinforced washers, a plate of some kind behind there, I should be fine. So you can see this rivet is actually here, and then here.
Yeah.
And I want to be just on the outside of it. I actually want to be here, but that's not how the spacing works. I drilled all 6 pilot holes. On a couple of them, I'm really close to the frame, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. But now I'm going to put bigger holes that will fit these bolts. These are the factory bolts that came with the seats from Ford. Yeah, they're pretty hefty. A metal tray that sits inside this rail, and then a metal washer that is there. That's a thin piece of sheet metal just to thread to, and then this thick black, that's 1/8-inch steel that acts as a washer as well, and it's squared off to hold its position inside this rail. we got the first one in. We still need to tighten this one up some more. But turns out we don't have the right size Torx bit. The one I thought is just a tad small. This guy is a tad small. So I'm gonna go get one that I can use to crank on all these and tighten them up. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and drill out this side and try to at least get all these in there mounted in tonight.
We finally got the seat in. It took a whole lot of muscle and all of those things, but Anthony did a great job, and ta-da! It's in. Anything you want to say?
A little dusty. No, the toughest part was the, mounting it underneath. There's just lots of obstructions. I showed the heat shield. There's different support beams underneath the vehicle. So had to get creative with my metal plates under there to act as huge washers. But in the end, after some fighting, we got it in.
A lot of fighting. So, I think last night we spent a little over an hour on each bolt. One bolt took like an hour and 15 minutes, and the next one took an hour and 15 minutes.
Well, we only had 3 bolts left. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we spent 3 hours on 3 bolts. That is true.
It was a lot. So We're excited. Yay! We have reached crunch time to finish the last minute things that we need before we're leaving.
So we had a pain point. We used spray adhesive like everyone does, and we attached our insulation to the ceiling. Unfortunately, I don't know if it was the heat, the humidity, we didn't use enough adhesive, bad luck, whatever it is.
The bumps on the road.
Yeah, the insulation came down. On a couple of them, we resprayed, but we were spraying the adhesive on the ceiling and pushing it up, and it just wasn't staying. Got a couple tips. We are now spraying adhesive onto this, so it's not getting all over the van, which was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're spraying adhesive onto the insulation, putting it back up, but we want it away. Again, we're trying to do this no build. I'm not ready. Maybe someday I'll build like a wood ceiling. I'm just not ready for that. And we're leaving. And we have 15 minutes.
Yep.
So we went and got some 1/4-inch dowels and are just using the natural ribs in the corrugated ceiling for spacers, and just running those dowels in between these beams up here is doing the trick. So we are applying more adhesive, but we're also, I think, going to get a lot of mileage out of these guys. So that's our current plan. We'll give it a shot and let you know how it goes.
Yeah, we also wanted to keep access to the metal so that we could use the magnets and stuff.
We believe in this magnet theory.
Yes,
the
we
magnets
really
are
like
awesome.
the magnets.
And so having those, we definitely, even if I was to do wood, I wouldn't go wood over the whole thing. I would go in between these beams and leave them exposed.
Yeah.
They're just, the utility of having metal to magnet stuff to is great.
It's great. We are arriving at Badlands National Park